welcome back to the A&T podcast. I'm Aiden,
I'm Tavius.
and we're on to another week. Let's see, what was it, week 4 for NFL, week 5 for college football?
Yep.
Alright, we're going to go over both of those, what our picks were last week, who had better picks. Got a bad feeling about my picks for the underdogs, but we'll get there. First, we can start off with something that has kicked off today. We got some baseball, some playoff baseball going on right now.
We just for the audience members that don't know me, I am an Astros fan, so off to a rough playoffs for us. But that's okay.
And I haven't kept up with baseball, but my team is the Cardinals. Give me the Cards. But we'll see. I think, are they in the wild card?
No, hell no.
No, they're not.
No, they
Hey, all right.
they had a winning record.
At least they're not the White Sox.
Hey, that's true.
Didn't they set a record?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool note here. So whenever I did check that, and whenever they had I think it was 20 games left, and there was really no shot that they were gonna not get the record. My idea was take all of the old man leagues and just put a bunch of them on the team, get a little 15 games of fame for them. Ticket sales go up. Start packing the whole stadium because people want to see their loved ones and their families go up against MLB people. Not that bad of an idea.
Just curious, just going off your idea. How packed do you think those stadiums would get with just loved ones and family of?
Well, you got to think, right?
Huh?
It's something. I say you got to think, right? There's something that's never happened before. You got just people that are showing up. I think it'd get pretty packed. I mean, they weren't selling that many tickets. I believe at one point they only sold 17 tickets. Guarantee if you put grown man league in there, they're selling more than 17 tickets. Concessions, they're getting money. That's what I was thinking.
Maybe the White Sox should hire you.
You said it, not me.
Yeah.
Well, now they're out of season, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But
next year.
Yeah. Hey, hit my line, White Sox. Not too far from Chicago. All right. So you guys' game was the first one, right?
Yeah.
2:30.
Yep. Which, with Houston's pedigree, right? You would think we would be the last game of the day. 7 straight ALCSs, right? A Tigers team that hasn't been to the playoffs since 2014. It's an exciting matchup, but we're the first game starting off playoff season. What looks like the most thrilling game of the day so far. Maybe not as scoring, action-packed as the Mets Brewers right now, but in terms of intensity, playoff baseball, elite pitching, all those things you want in a baseball game, our game had bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Can't ask for more intense baseball than that, but we couldn't pull it out today. That's all right, though. Screwball, the pitcher for the Tigers, is probably going to win Cy Young for the AL, so didn't expect to win this one, but we'll win the next 2. Tigers didn't have enough starting pitching depth, I think, to hold us off, but we'll find out tomorrow, win or go home. So, this is what we've been waiting for all year.
Yep. I mean, it looked more interesting than the Royals-Orioles game. I mean, 5 hits, 1 run, 10 hits, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 run. And I didn't get to watch the game. I was at work. But from what you said, you guys kept getting people on base and just kept getting hit out. So, I mean, that does seem exciting. I would have probably fallen asleep watching the Royals game, but your guys' game would have been a little more interesting. But this is the time that I normally start watching baseball. I love playoff baseball. The regular season is just kind of, unless I'm at the game, kind of boring for me. But I usually just glance at the scores here and there, check on my cards. We'll have to go to some Cardinals games and some Houston games.
Yeah, just putting it out there. The Tigers left 11 on base, and Astros left 8 on base. So there was activity all game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will rebound, and if we don't, might be started at the end of a dynasty. But World Series, I just have a feeling. So we're gonna
You guys
come
gonna
out.
cheat this time?
That's such an old joke. Such an old joke.
It's old, but
We could win 4 straight World Series, and y'all are still gonna be mad about it. And it's just that's fine. This is the scarlet letter that we wear as Astros fans. It just brings us closer together. Best fan base in the MLB. Um, it's all right.
no,
People
I'm
hate
just
it.
kidding.
That's all it is.
I will say I was impressed that you guys got accused of cheating, and then that next year you just won the World Series. So I did like that. That was fun. But let's see. We got. It was exciting. It was 4-4. Now it's 8-4. Mets going into the bottom of the seventh. See if the Brewers can put up a fight, but I think the Mets are going to take this one. Game one.
Mets are beating the Brewers. They're not making out the wild card. It's going to be another season of the Brewers being really good, and then come playoff time, they choke.
Sounds kind of like the Cowgirls.
They're comparable. They're comparable. Well, actually, I relate to the Cowgirls more like the Yankees because there's storied history with the
Oh,
Cowgirls.
okay.
There's storied history with the Yankees, and not gonna highlight any teams that have been just spanking them recently in the playoffs, but yeah, but yeah, I'd say
And
the
then
Brewers are like the Bills.
okay.
Remember when the Bills went to 4 straight Super Bowls?
Yep.
Right, the Brewers they'll make the playoffs, best regular
Solid
season,
teams.
right?
Yeah.
Can't get it done in the playoffs.
Gotcha. And then the last game of the night that will be starting up here in about 40 minutes, Braves and Padres. How we looking here, Tavius?
You know, Braves probably top to bottom one of the better teams in the league, but they require a doubleheader win to just make the postseason as a wild card. A couple of their best players are out with injury for the season. Going up against one of the hottest teams in baseball, Padres. Elite pitching staff, elite hitting, elite defense. I think the Padres win this series. A fully healthy Braves team, though, I think wins it, but too many star players out. I think the Padres got this one.
Gotcha. Well, that's all the wild card games. If you want my predictions, which me just being an outsider, not really following baseball until now, I would go Mets. I'm gonna go Braves, just to be different. And I'm gonna go Astros, and then I'm gonna go Royals. So those would be my four.
And I'm going to go Royals, 2, and I'm going to get Mets, Padres, Astros. So,
Alright. Cool. Uh, we'll see. By Thursday, we should have a good idea of who's gonna kind of like finish that out of the wild card, and then we'll talk more of like division wins, who we think's gonna get to the World Series, who we think is gonna win the division. Go ahead and let us know who you think is going to make it all the way. Go ahead and let us know who you think who's going to win their wild cards, and let us just keep us in line in what you think who has better picks.
You know, and if you guys have the capacity, I know I'm up in Chicago. Cubs and Sox suck, one more than the other. If you need a team to root for, right? Root for my Astros. We're gonna
Go
need
Cardinals. They might not be in it this year, but go Cardinals.
man, these Midwestern teams, man. Yeah, just go ahead, root for my Astros. We're gonna need it, right? Astros fans, we need to support our team in Houston. Cheer for me. I'm gonna be cheering up here in Chicago. It's also unfortunate. We're playing at 1:30 during our work time. How am I gonna be in the office tomorrow trying to watch the game? I hate to see it, man. Hate to see it.
All right. Now, let's get to the weekend of football. Starting off with NFL.
I think we should do it justice before we start off. I don't know if you've seen. Devontae Adams is on the trade block.
I did not. Where do you think he's going to land?
I have a couple things. I don't know. We probably mentioned this, but you know how Antonio Pierce said people made business decisions. We're about to make some. Devontae's. They said they're open to trading him. So I think the only team they wouldn't trade to is the Chiefs, even though they desperately need a receiver now. They're not going to give a division rival one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah.
I know the Raiders are expecting like a second round pick and some comp for it. If the if the Chiefs get Adams, I'm gonna lose it. But apparently the Jets, because Aaron Rodgers is popular, their Bills.
That makes sense.
Bills don't have an elite one, but I think Josh Allen kind of prefers it that way, so they can just run the offense through him instead of him trying to force feed someone the ball.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers maybe, but Chargers. I don't know. Steelers is popular. The Ravens. That offense would get scary.
That would.
Cleveland would be funny.
It would be.
Maybe the Cowgirls. Adams and CeeDee Lamb 1 and 2.
That's a
That
good
pass
combo.
offense the pass offense could get nuts. You always got Green Bay Packers. Yeah.
He's not
LA
going back.
Rams. Him, Cup, and Nakua when they all return healthy.
If they all return healthy.
Don't say if. Okay.
Just saying.
Hey, just putting that out there. Aiden's wishing bad luck.
No, I'm not. They're already injured.
The Washington Commanders, hottest offenses in the league. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Bill Barnwell didn't mention the Saints at all, which is probably a good thing. But Adams and Carr played together at Fresno State. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's why he went to the Raiders. To team up with Carr, and then Carr pieced.
Carr did not piece.
Sorry.
They let him go.
Right.
They basically benched him.
Right. But I'm saying,
totally Carr's fault.
I'm just saying, Adams went to the Raiders. He left the Raiders. Adams was there with, like, what the heck? And now is looking for another trade.
He's not. The Raiders are. Difference.
Well, okay. You're right, but could go to the Eagles.
They're getting both their players back after the bye.
Could, though.
What, you want him to go to the Bears or the Colts?
Colts, I wouldn't mind him being there.
Who's going to throw him the ball, Joe Flacco?
Yeah.
Because your quarterback can't stay healthy.
You're right. He can't. He's made out of glass.
I was watching the JB show. JB, Instead of calling him AR-5, they start calling him IR-5. That was funny.
I saw the hit that he had, which I was gonna kind of go over this whenever we got to the game, but I saw that the hit that he had, it didn't even look like it was that bad. It was kind of like one of those ones that I saw with like the Tua hit. I didn't think that one was that bad, but it affected him that
You
bad.
talking about the slide?
AR,
Yeah.
it wasn't a slide.
Okay. I thought you. That's where you were. Never mind then.
No,
The one where he got hit in his hip.
yeah, that's what made him exit the game.
Honestly, it could have been a liver shot. It's the right side, and it got hit the back of the hip, and that's near the liver,
I don't know. We'll see.
or not a liver shot. Well, maybe a kidney. I forget
Yeah.
which side of the body that's on. But
I have somebody that can answer that, but I'll get back to you on Thursday.
okay, I appreciate that. All right, let's go through these games one by one.
All right, let's see. Let's see. There we go. All right, Cowboys, Giants. Both had Cowboys. Atlanta, New Orleans. Go ahead, Tavius. What do you got to say?
I have a few things to say. I knew this game would be close. Just putting that out there. Um,
I also said Atlanta's got a good kicker.
I agreed with you.
Nah. Not at first.
Okay.
Somebody clip it.
Yeah, you go back to the last episode. You'll hear me say this is going to be a 3-point game.
Yeah, but I said Atlanta's got a good kicker. And what did it come down to?
I'm pretty sure this is what I said. Atlanta's kicker is going to attempt a game-winning field goal or a game-tying field goal and miss, and then we're going to.
Yep.
This guy wants to come out and kick the longest field goal of his life, 58 yards, and bang it through. No problem. I have after the 24-hour rule and letting this loss marinate for a little bit. I have 5 things to say. Number 1, I hate Falcons fans. You can't give none in Atlanta. You can't give the Atlanta people nothing nice. Wargo immediately hit me up. You like that? Right? Which is fair enough to them, right? Number 2, we need to find ways to get other people the ball besides Kamara, Taysom Hill, and Chris Olave. Those players are great, but they are banged up, and Clint Kubiak going to ride them till the wheels fall off, which I appreciate, but also at the same time, we got other players we could use. I know Shaheed got 8 catches and stuff, and that's fine too. But Jamal Williams is a short down back. I mean, that's fine. That's being nitpicky, to be honest. Number 3, our mistakes is what the better team did not win this Sunday. Last Sunday when we played the Eagles should have won that game, but it was a close game. We could have stole it from them. This game, we were the better team. Falcons only scored because of 2 costly mistakes. They didn't even score an offensive touchdown. This is like the 3rd time in NFL history team scored 20-plus points and didn't score an offensive touchdown and lost. Whatever, right? Number 4, Shaheed is an all-pro punt returner. All-pro, Aiden. 1 of 2. All-pro. But decides to run backwards to catch a punt at the 3-yard line and muffs it. And you know how usually you muff it and it goes to the side of you, in front of you. He's running backwards like he's catching a go ball, muffs it, and it goes straight into the end zone. They recover it.
Oh, I saw.
Right? All pro punt returner. Right.
All
It's
pro at
fine.
missing it.
Sure. I'm pretty sure that's his first month of his career, and this is his third year. It's fine. Whatever. Um, this might be his second year. Either way, I'm pretty sure it's his first muff punt, and it leads to a touchdown. And then the interception return for a touchdown. Falcons call a blitz. Carr doesn't throw it immediately. Has a dude rushing his face. Tries to throw into the ground. Dude bats it up in the air. Catch. Touchdown.
Yep.
Two very it's unlucky mistakes. Where like typically those kind of mistakes where like if they happen they don't beat you for touchdowns, but these two did, which is fine. Also, another play, we strip sack Kirk Cousins. We're sitting on the ball and it pops out and the Falcons recover for a third down. They get 15 yards, kick a field goal to get 3 points out of it. We land on that football, we win this game too. So you just boil it down to those three plays. Makes it super frustrating. The second week in a row, we lose a close one. Last minute loss. You could say we're 5 plays away from being 4-0. And we're having a tough time getting out of our own way. And this week doesn't get much easier. We play the Chiefs, so who's been in close games all year. So we're going to be in another close game, and if we don't pull this out, I think that just speaks to like the culture of the team, where like good teams find a way to win. And if we want to be that good team that we can be and we've proven, we got to win these close games. That's what it comes down to. Just getting out of our own way. And once we get that monkey off our back and get that close win, I think you'll start to see it churn out a little bit. I will say one of the things we struggled with under Dennis Allen as head coach is stringing together wins. We're coming up on a part of our schedule where we're going to need to string some wins if we want to make the playoffs. And if we don't, you'll see some head coaching changes this upcoming year. But I still believe. I'm not saying we're going to get to that. I think we're going to get the monkey off our back, get some wins together. But tough loss to swallow. Now, that's my monologue. But
Yeah. Yep. I wasn't able to watch the game, but I did go back and watch the highlights. For the most part, I thought you guys did play a pretty good game. It was just those little mistakes that kind of helped Atlanta get there. And then at the end of the game, I was like, man, how did you guys lose this game? And then they ended up getting into extended field goal range, and he
yeah.
just happened to knock it down.
And the pass beforehand, that pass interference that we called that gained them 30 yards to get to the 58-yard field
Yep.
goal. I see why they called it. I think it's more bang bang than anything. But if I'm not mad they called that. And my last thing I was gonna say, Paulson Adebo's getting picked on. Sure, he has a couple picks, a lot of passes defended. That's because they're just targeting him. That's all they're doing in the last 4 games, going at Paulson. Paulson, 50% of the time, makes a good play. The other 50% of the time, he's giving up big plays or pass interference, chunk plays. So Paulson's gonna have to clean that up. I mean, he doesn't have much to worry about this upcoming week because Chiefs don't have receivers besides Worthy unless they put Worthy on him and have him run past them. But I mean, other than that, I mean, Paulson's got to lock in, or he's just gonna get picked on all year.
Teams will hone in on that, and they'll just keep going at him.
Yeah, so if he doesn't improve, Kool-Aid's going to be starting across Marshawn. So, but yeah, I mean, I think we're going to be fine as a team. We just got to find a way to win these close games. That's all it is, really.
Yeah.
Get
All right.
Get that monkey off our back. We got to do, man. Frustrating. Top 5 offense, top 5 defense in week 2 and 2.
What an emotional roller coaster for you, huh? First 2 weeks, you're, you know,
Man.
don't come at us. If you weren't cheering with us then, you weren't cheering with us now. And then now
Yeah.
it's just been 2 rough weeks that have just kind of been like, man, what are we doing? We,
I mean, you look back at the Eagles game,
mhm.
61-yard completion, 65-yard rushing touchdown. That's the only time they scored. And then this time it's just unfortunate. Like it'd be 65-yard touchdown run, we miss a run fit. That's fine. Saquon's a great back.
Mhm.
Dallas Goddard, we have two people run into each other that hit the third person, and he runs 60 yards. This is what someone else said: is we keep running man late in games, and we last 2 weeks have gotten beaten two different ways. One, just running into each other, lack of awareness. Another one, pass interference. Maybe we just try running zone. I don't know. That might be a start, or we lock in with 2 minutes left to go on defense.
You would think.
I don't know. Oh, I forgot this. Um, Someone also, I don't know if you saw the game, but at the 4 minute mark or 5 minute mark, it was first and goal for us, and we're trying to score to go up points.
Mhm.
And we're down 6. So we could choose to kick the field goal to go down 3 and then get a stop, get the ball back to tie the game. First and goal at the 5. We can't run right. We got the last 25 to 30 yards in that drive running left.
Mhm.
We switch it up. Run right. No gain. That's fine. That's whatever. Play action pass. Incomplete. That's fine. Whatever. Third and goal. You want to run the ball so you can get half of it, make it an easier fourth and goal. Let's try running left. It's been working all game. No, we run right, lose 2 yards. Fourth and goal at the 7. And then we pass it. It's there. Shaheed tries to make a one-handed catch.
Mhm.
Incomplete. You could have thrown it to two other receivers to fight for the goal line, break a tackle. You choose not to go. You choose to go to Shaheed. Neither here nor there. Blitz. You got to make a decision. Made one. Couldn't come down with it. It's whatever. But the fact that we didn't at least try running left once, quite interesting in my opinion. Um, but yeah, so it's all right. We end up getting the ball back, score a touchdown to go up anyway, and then it's nothing. It's a tough way to lose 2 weeks in a row. It's very draining. And if we lose 3 weeks in a row, close game, there's going to be some tension. There's gonna be some tension. Yeah.
Well, we'll
Sorry,
have to
guys,
see.
you just heard me rant, but you'll see my picks this Thursday. We're going to bounce back. We're going to bounce back. We're going to show what teams why we're a team to mess with in the NFC. But we can continue. Huh?
All right. Rams Bears. Bears came out on top with that, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we both picked Rams.
We did. We both did pick the Rams. Bears. Bears went in and defended home turf and against a very injured Rams, but
Mm-hmm.
still first win for. Or no, that's not the first one. Second win.
2-0 at home. I don't
Two
know.
and
It
zero
might
at
just be
home,
a London.
undefeated. But we'll see. We'll see how long that they can keep this winning streak. I know it's only a one-game winning streak, but we'll see if they can make it 2 games next week and move on. But again, it's a good win for the Bears. I mean, it's again, like I said, it was an injured Rams team, but nevertheless, that's still a good win for the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, we'll see. Minnesota, Green Bay. Minnesota's looking nice.
Yes and no.
I think their offense is looking nice.
Yes, but also, I mean, they were up, what, 28-0,
Yeah,
28-7?
and then they let them
Similar
come
to,
back.
like, we'll talk about this later, Georgia, Alabama. Like, they come out punching and then let up. And
Hmm.
then the game was a lot closer than what it actually was for 3 quarters.
Hmm.
Pure domination. But yeah, Vikings are the real deal.
Yep. Pittsburgh, Indy. Indy coming out on top. We both had Pittsburgh. I was shocked by this. Indy kind of came out and ran the ball. Flacco loves Downs, the little slot receiver.
Hmm.
Flacco came in and did exactly what he needed to do. I mean, he did exactly what he did last year. Pittsburgh came off to a slow start, and that ended up biting them. Um, Fields started to get it going near the end of the game, but just couldn't. They didn't have enough fight back in them.
Yeah.
I think if they would have came out hot, I think the game would have been theirs right away. But I think AR had a good pass or a couple good passes, one to Pittman, and then I'm trying to think of the other one. He might have only just had one. Then both of them were.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then he ran and then had the hip injury, and then they called in Flacco, and Flacco came in and did what he needed to.
Yeah, two things. I think Pittsburgh came out super flat, is why they lost. Actually, three things. Colts are going to be in trouble if AR can't stay healthy. And sure, Joe Flacco can come in and do what he did, but we saw how that worked out for the Browns last year. He played really well some games and turned the ball over 5 times in other games. So AR's going to have to find a way to stay healthy. Stop taking unnecessary hits. And three, I feel super bad for NFL defenses sometimes. Minka Fitzpatrick pulled up, but he's running at 18 to 20 miles an hour. And tries pulling up, and he just hits the receiver and then flag. And so I don't know if you saw that, and you look it up on YouTube. Why are we throwing flags for those kind of things? You can't just hit hard anymore, but he didn't even try to hit him hard. He just pulled up and just hit him. They were both running, so it's whatever. But I digress.
Moving on, Denver Jets. Both had the Jets. Denver on a 2-game winning streak?
I don't know how.
I don't either.
Bo Nix threw for 60 yards and won.
Yeah.
Shame on the Jets.
It was at home, too.
Yeah, and it was overcast. Aftermath of Hurricane Helene. We know. Shout out to those families. Prayers for them that are affected. But I don't know how you don't find a way to win this game if you're a Jets fan. Shout out on Bo Nix and the Broncos for gutting out a gutsy win like this. You know, I wish my team could do something like this. But we will soon know. But yeah, it's snooze fest of a game.
Can they make it 3-game win streak next week? We'll see. Philadelphia, Tampa Bay. Let's see, I had Philly, you had Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay came in
last week.
Yeah.
They must have used so much energy and passion that they also came out super flat. Tampa Bay pounced on them. I picked Tampa Bay to win this, right or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This team came out inspired. They got embarrassed by the Broncos. This was the Bucs I was expecting to see. Bucs look like a really good team, man. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Cincinnati, Carolina. Cincinnati coming out on top. Carolina lost. You had Carolina, I had Cincy. Good win for Cincy. Kind of getting back on top. Kind of leveled down the Panthers a little bit. Panthers didn't. I mean, I didn't watch the game, but they didn't. They don't seem like they did too bad. Scored 24 points. So.
Yeah, I mean, the better team ended up winning, but Panthers aren't going to be an easy out with Andy Dalton at quarterback. So teams got to look out. Bring a lunch.
Jacksonville, Houston. Houston won. Looks like a closer game than what I was expecting, but Houston got the dub.
Won this game. This is 3 out of 4 games Jacksonville should have won. They should be 3-1. Besides that spanking they got from the Bills last week, they should be 3-1. And it looks like a culture problem. It looks like Doug Peterson's about to be out of there. But yeah, shout out to Texans finding a way to win. That offense is still looking so choppy.
Yeah.
Uh, Nico Collins is wide receiver one to C.J. Stroud. It looks like. Um,
We'll see if they can start getting it clicking. I know they have a lot of weapons on the offensive side, and I've said this multiple times on the podcast. It's just they have a team and they have the pieces to be a really good football team, and it's just they're not putting it together the way that they need to. They're getting by with some games like the Bears this game, but like we saw last week, they played a good team last week and got beat, and it's where I was thinking that it would be more of like a coin flip. It's not right now, and until they kind of get that click in and get that going, I think they're still going to be the same, a little better than the old Houston Texans, but I think it's going to be hit and miss on which team we can see until they start getting it clicking. But Washington Cardinals, Washington with a big win, 42-14. You had Washington, I had Arizona. One for you, but Washington's offense looked good in this.
yeah,
Cardinals just didn't look good.
2-3 weeks in a row, Washington offense is on fire. I think next week, similar to how it happened to us, coming down to earth real quick. Teams are going to game plan a little better for this mobile quarterback, Jaden Daniels, which I was telling people. Hey, LSU, QBU, man. We developing these guys. They come in bad, they come out great. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's something in the waters. But nah, shout out to Jaden. That team's playing good football right now, and and also I see everyone's coming at Caleb and saying Jaden Daniels should have been QB1. Jaden Daniels would have struggled in Chicago. I think.
Yeah,
Dan
we
Quinn,
talked about this last week.
Yeah, Dan Quinn is building something. Jane Daniels is flourishing. Also with Cliff Kingsbury as the OC, a lot more creative than whoever Chicago's got. Um,
Wasn't he the LSU coordinator?
he's at the Bills right now.
Bills, that's right. That's right. Yep.
No,
That's
this is
right.
Cliff Kingsbury who was with Kyler Murray and all that. So like
Yep.
young quarterbacks,
Yep.
we can get them to play. So
That's right. Now it's starting to click. But yeah, shocked me. I thought that this was going to be more of a game. But yeah, they're rolling on offense right now. So we'll see. New England, San Fran. San Fran came out with the win. We kind of expected that. Cleveland, Las Vegas. Las Vegas came out on top again. We both expected that.
well, I will say the Browns should have won this game. Deshaun played decent. The stat line might not show it, but like watching the game, like Amari Cooper dropping balls, other receivers dropping balls. Deshaun Watson made this jumping throw to Amari Cooper for like a 70-some yard touchdown or a 60-some, and it got called back for holding. Like
Mental
the
mistakes.
Browns are a little worse than us, but they're facing that same problem. They can't get out their own way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how much longer Deshaun Watson got at quarterback, but before Jameis coming in. But I thought also when Browns get a little more healthy, we'll see how they do. But
Kansas City Chargers. This game I didn't watch it, but I watched the highlights. This game didn't look the best all around. Kansas City was struggling. Got Travis Kelce in there more than what he's been getting, and then
well,
Patrick
no
Mahomes
choice.
did, huh?
No choice. Rasheed Rice got hurt on the first drive.
Yeah, and then well, that's what I was gonna say about Patrick Mahomes turning into a linebacker right there and just blowing out his leg.
Jeez.
But that's just unfortunate. It's not like Patrick Mahomes was trying to, right? He's a quarterback trying to stop the run, and then just bad timing, bad place, wrong time, wrong place. But But Kansas City again squeaking by another win. Uh, but they got you guys next weekend. So
Next Monday
or
night.
this weekend or on Monday. Is it at your guys' place? Oh, it's in
It's,
Arrowhead.
no, it's at Burrowhead. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, we'll see that. I'm excited for that game. So we'll see.
It'll be a close game. It might not be high scoring because Chiefs ain't got no receivers, and the Saints got some bad line injuries right now. So Chris Jones might have a field day, and that Chiefs D line is pretty good. I'm spoiling Thursday's preview. Never mind, but
Yep. Gotta save it. Gotta save it.
I gotta say that.
Buffalo, Baltimore. Baltimore finally came out and looked like the team that I thought that they were.
Yeah.
Uh, Buffalo did not. But
Yeah.
I had Buff, you had Baltimore, so you got this one. But yeah, if Baltimore can continue to get it clicking, well, they'll be a good team.
Yeah.
Buffalo needs to kind of find their groove again because I was not pleased with how they played.
Yeah, they just need a reset. That's really what it is. But I thought Derrick Henry was getting old, man. He
Yeah, he shut you up real fast.
oh, okay. Everyone said he's getting old. He is getting old, but I didn't know he could still run like that. Like he was running away from people on that 87-yard touchdown. He was
Yeah,
running away.
I think he was over 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, I didn't know he still had that in him, man. I think the Ravens are starting to figure out they need to go under center more. I know Lamar Jackson's not super comfortable with that, but the more comfortable he gets with that, the more this offense can do. And I think we saw that. And the Bills, they'll be fine. They kind of just got punched in the mouth, and you know, I think their injuries finally caught up with them, and they came back down to earth a little bit. You know, the league will humble you in those ways, and they'll be fine if they can just respond next week or the next couple of weeks, and
Yeah,
like you said, find a groove. So
I agree. All right, last two games. I'm gonna kind of bundle them up just because they played on Monday. I will say the Miami Tennessee game was hard to watch in the first half. I was like, I didn't even want to watch it. Just neither team looked good at all, and it was just it was just rough football. I was kind of just sitting there waiting for the Seahawks Lions game, um, but Will Levis got hurt. Is Rudolph or Randolph, whatever? Rudolph
Mason Rudolph, yeah.
came in, and finally scored some touchdowns in the second half. I think I don't know if they got one in the first. I think it was all in the second half. But man, it's tough. Just like watching the Miami Dolphins and like seeing all of their weapons and stuff and just not being able to do anything. I do believe that Huntley can get the ball where it needs to go. He was there. They bumped him up for I think it was like 2 weeks before that. I think the more that he gets comfortable with the offense, more that he gets comfortable with the weapons, and they can kind of just start to groove with that. I think they'll be all right. But man, that was tough. I ended up watching the Seahawks and Lions game until halftime, and then switched it back to the Miami Tennessee game, and I was like, I might go to bed. But
Yeah. You know, I got Tyreek in fantasy. Man, can't wait till Tua comes back. I'm still thinking about if trading him or not, whatever. But Tua is going to come back officially. They said so.
it's crazy because there were a couple. I think there was like three passes that Huntley had Tyreek wide open, and he either underthrew him or overthrew him. And it's like just that's where like you see like the timing and stuff from the only the 2 weeks. He's not used to like where to put the ball, right? It almost whenever he overthrew him, it almost looked like I'm just gonna chuck it and see if
See
he's
if he
gonna get
runs
it.
under him. Yeah.
Right, and it was just a little too far. Um, but it's like once he kind of gets in that groove of kind of finding where to throw it, when to throw it, then they'll be all right. Because then once he knows that, he knows to dial it down a little bit for Waddle, and then they'll start grooving. But I think it's just both of those teams. It was just the toilet bowl, and
Yeah.
they got a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, no, I was like following the game because I was working and whatnot, and I saw that Will Levis went like 3 for 4 with a pick, and then I saw
Start the
Mason
game.
Rudolph's stats. Huh?
He started the game with it.
Yeah, so I didn't know that, so I just saw 3 for 4 pick, and then Mason Rudolph had some stats, and I was like, see, Will Levis, he finally benched his ass because he's out here keep turning the ball over. I didn't know he got hurt, and that's why.
Yeah.
So, Mason
He
Rudolph isn't that good either, to be honest.
No, no. I'm
You know, Will
I've
Levis is a
I
better
haven't liked
QB.
him. What was that?
I was saying Will Levis is a better QB, but we gotta stop turning the damn ball over. Golly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, did you see how he got hurt?
Diving. Yeah.
It looked like a Madden dive. Like he like jumped so high up in the air to get it, and then just came down crashing to the ground. But
Did you see his face on the bench?
uh-uh.
It's the fourth straight game with a picture of Will Levis just memed. He was like, his face was like, he was doing something, and his face was he's grimacing. You should look it up. It's
I
this
I'm
guy can't escape funny pictures.
and I hope that he doesn't. I mean, I hope that he's okay as a human being, but like it is just gold just every week just seeing what picture he's gonna come up with.
Man,
Um,
but
but
yeah,
then
shout out Seahawks and Lions for a good game, man. It's a
yeah,
good game.
for real. Golf kind of struggled at the beginning, and then he kind of like, or if maybe not. I thought he did.
He didn't have a single incompletion, so.
Oh well, then never mind. I was flipping back. Hey, you know what it was? It's me going back and forth from the games, and I got them mixed
Yeah.
up.
Uh,
But
you didn't see what Dan Campbell said?
yeah, he gave the game ball away, and then he was like, "I feel like an
Yeah,
idiot."
Yeah, he didn't realize he went for perfect, so.
But yeah, golf is doing his thing. Lions look good.
I just want to put it out there. My dumb self was like, who's going to have a better game, Tony Pollard or Kenneth Walker? Kenneth Walker's coming back from injury. They might give Charbonnet a little more touches. I lose my fantasy game that I'm talking about by 0.5 points.
Jeez.
And the way the scoring is in that league is like 0.2 points for rushing yards. So like if you get 10 yards instead of 1 point, you get 2 points.
Mhm.
So like etc. So yeah, so Pollard ended up finishing with 30 points in the league, but Kenneth Walker got 45
Well,
at 0.5.
Smith for the Seahawks. I needed 10 points from him
And Jigba?
in Jigba, and he came out with 13. So I want to appreciate. I want to thank him for helping me pull my team to victory, as I was not looking good.
Or if Tyreek catches one of those balls, I win. Either. I also had him.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's whatever. Hey, you win some, you lose some. It's fantasy football.
All
I
right.
was saying in one of my leagues, I am 4-0, and I'm about to play the other 4-0 team in the league. So one of us is going to stay undefeated. Y'all, hey, in the chat, root for me, man. I should win, but you know how fantasy goes.
I don't know if do I play you next weekend?
In that league, no, I play Baby Got Dak.
Oh, that's who I just beat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I play Baby Got Dak.
All right. So results from the picks this past week. You finished 10-6. I finished 9-7. Beat me by 1. Pretty good weekend though
Wait,
of NFL.
I finished what?
10-6.
Hey, I told you I was gonna do this. Okay, I told you.
All right. So now on to college football.
Oh, here goes that sound effect.
I forgot we had it.
Man, we need to figure out how I could do it because I won't be forgetting. I'll be
You're
locked
gonna
in.
no, you'll be making some untimely ones that are just not
You
gonna be
know,
good.
chat. Aiden doesn't have faith in me much. We need to get y'all to get in here and just let Aiden know I'm a good person and I'm trustworthy. And I
Didn't
don't want
say
you
you
to be
weren't.
putting him off his sounds and none of that. He just needs to trust me, man.
Alright. Well, my computer is not loading. That's awesome. You want to see if you can pull it up on yours? There we go. Alright. Starting off the Miami Virginia Tech game. What a game, huh?
Yeah. Um, what are your thoughts on it? I don't know if you got a chance to watch it.
I gotta watch bits and pieces. Virginia Tech came out a lot better than what I thought they were gonna be, or what they were gonna do. I mean, Cam Ward, he's nice. I mean, he acts like he's just out there playing with a bunch of kids, kind of just like nonchalantly doing his motions and stuff. But
You did have 3 turnovers.
yeah, but I do think that Virginia Tech should have won this game. I did watch the ending. I couldn't tell if the ball actually hit the ground or not.
It didn't.
Well, then I don't know why they called it incomplete.
They called it incomplete because, as from what I could see, catch,
Mhm.
fall down,
Mhm.
ball's loose. Miami players touch ball. Miami players are out of bounds. Out of bounds players touching ball makes it out.
Incomplete.
That's what I would think. I don't know why they came in and just said touchdown, reviewed it for 8 minutes, and then said overturn. I think whatever call you make on the field, there wasn't clear evidence either way. So whatever call on the
Has to
field should stand. So they should have kept the touchdown. So VTech would have won. However, I don't think they should have called it a touchdown. They should have called it incomplete because I don't know how you see that. And they just conferred and was like, touchdown? you know?
Right.
So,
But I think at that point, if you're the ref, you have to come up with a call, regardless. And I think it was at that point, like if you're a ref, knowing you too, you would also call it a touchdown.
knowing me too.
Yes, because you would want to make it more interesting.
Well, it's not about making it interesting. It's just based off the review being unclear.
Yeah.
They end up making the right call they should have made. However, based off the rules, it wasn't clear and concise. So they should have just kept the call on the field.
Right.
But
But
when I first saw it from my vantage point, I thought it wasn't a touchdown. So I wasn't on the field. So I mean, I will say I think we're seeing a lot more successes on Hail Marys, and I think teams can't defend it properly for some reason.
Hmm. Well, it goes back to the how is it getting taught, right? Because if you see a Hail Mary, a lot of people are telling them swat it down, swat it down. Well, you can tell them that all you want, but until they get into that situation, they want to be the hero where they catch it.
Well, that's where you gotta practice. You
Right, but you
practice
can
it.
again, you can practice that all you want, but if you look at like I don't know if it was a NFL game or if it was a college game, but there was a Hail Mary and it might have been the Colorado game.
Colorado
Whenever
Baylor.
they no, Colorado North Dakota State. Whenever they ended up catching North Dakota State caught that long Hail Mary right before the touchdown to
So
end the game.
they got tackled short.
Yes. And somebody was coming up to like the pile and they were like I think it was Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter was like swat it down, like don't catch it. Like I'm sure that they've practiced that. I mean, we used to every walkthrough every Friday. But
Mm-hmm.
like until you get into that situation, a lot of people see a ball in the air and they're like, I want to catch it. But
Then you're not coaching them well. I think. Well, first off, a lot of them aren't even starting in a good position. They're starting halfway into the end zone, near the back of the end zone, when you
yeah,
should be at the goal line. Also, teams only rushing two or three. You got to rush four or five. You got to get the ball
I
out,
agree.
keep contained. Don't let them get outside the pocket to buy more time. That's when bad things happen. Keep them contained, but get pressure on them. Yeah,
I,
so
I, I wouldn't rush five. I would rush
I
four.
might be a little too risky, but
Yeah, I would have four with the spy, with a deep spy, so that way you can still cover like the middle of the field. But I wouldn't rush five because then you have five guys that are just out of the play. Where I don't know, I don't
they're getting after the quarterback. All one-on-one matchups. They're not
right,
going to
but
keep in max protect and only put three people down there.
right, but if you're sitting at like a college, like you know that you probably got like a good defensive lineman that they're gonna double, and you have you have a couple guys that you can trust or you believe in that can win on one, and
And who's
so
going to one-on-one if it's five rushers for five offensive linemen?
I'm saying four. If you have
Four, I
four,
mean, that's fine, but that's better than two or three.
yeah, I agree. I'm just saying I wouldn't go five. I would do four.
I think I'd go five, three back, three up, play zone, and just run. That's what I do, but
Yeah.
I'm not a coach, so
All right, LSU South Alabama. You guys smacked them.
not much to say. We finally played a complete game. Defense looked interesting without Harold, but I mean, obviously we played well enough. Our DBs, boy, we're gonna get into this later, but if our DBs can play slightly better, we're a playoff team. Putting that out there. I'm not gonna say too much. We finally played a complete game. Caden Durham dislocated two toes. Hopefully, we can get him right before we play Ole Miss, but because he's the real deal. Um, if not, I think Caleb Jackson and Josh Williams are good enough. They're just not big play like Caden Durham, but I think we'll end up being fine at running back. But we're discovering our run game, passing game's looking sharp. Garrett Nussmeyer, a little sloppy with the picks, but it's fine. We just got to clean that up. But yeah, I'm liking where our team's the trajectory of our team. So
You guys got a bye week this week.
yeah, got to win the bye week.
I'm hoping we did, but we'll get to that on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State, Texas. I was expecting Texas to put up more points. Um, Manning did have 315 for passing yards,
325.
325. Um, but I was expecting. I see it now. Well, I did. Um, But yeah, I was expecting Texas to win a little, put up a little more points, and I was not expecting Mississippi State to even put up 13. I was expecting more of like 7, but still, I mean, Texas did what they did. It was at home. Arch against first SEC competition. Again, Texas, I think they have a pretty easy schedule for the SEC. Again, I'm going to say it until I'm blue in the face. I wish they had Oklahoma's schedule because then we would have already seen them play Tennessee. That would have been a great game. But I don't get what I want, so that's fine. Um,
Now, I think the only reason this was close because it's the first conference game, um, and conference games are always tough, no matter where you play. So
true.
I think Texas handled business, but they could do better, and they know that. So once Quinn comes back, this is great reps for Arch for next year. But when Quinn comes back, get the rust off, they should be straight.
Do we want to skip this game and come back to it?
Nah, let's go ahead and talk about it now.
All right. One of the best SEC games I've seen in a while.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
Not really. The first half could have been better, but like that second half,
7 at halftime.
that second half maybe be the best SEC
No.
games I've seen.
No, 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 no.
Yes.
Was it entertaining in the last quarter because Georgia made it close? Yes, because they back and forth one play touchdowns. How about this? I'm gonna go first because I'm not as hyped up on this game as you apparently are. Alabama started smoking Georgia. They let up. They smelled blood and didn't kill them. Georgia was able to come back. Boom, a couple one-play touchdowns that were pretty cool. Ryan Williams is the real deal. Georgia's not as good as we thought they were. But Alabama looks really good. They're the best team in the nation. Put that out there right now. But that's all.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Who's better?
Texas.
No.
Yeah.
If Alabama plays how they started against Georgia, name a better defense than Georgia's.
Texas.
Okay. Hey, great thing about this, we're gonna find out.
We are.
Find out.
We are. But no, I mean, yeah, it was really entertaining. Definitely thought that. I mean, me and you were texting. Definitely thought that Bama was going to run away with it, which I was really shocked with. But deep down, I did know that Georgia is Georgia. I know that Kirby Smart's a good coach. I just didn't think that they were going to come back like that. I figured that they were going to score a couple touchdowns. Bama was still going to continue with the lead. But whenever Georgia took over the lead, I was like, uh-oh. Next play, touchdown for Bama. I was like, never mind. It was a great game to watch. I enjoyed it. Again, I mean, like you said, Georgia's not who we thought they were. Played a close game with Kentucky, which we'll get to them here in a bit. But yeah, Bama's looking good. For me, it would be Texas 1, Bama 2. But if, like you said, if they do play, I say that just because they only played a good first half and they didn't continue to play that way the rest of the game. They let up. They let Georgia come back. And they just had one play that really, I mean, kept them out of losing. But I think if they play like that again and they let up, one of these teams that are up in the top are going to capitalize on that and not let them come back. So, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, it was a great game. By far one of the best games this year, I think. But, yeah, it's good. The 17-year-old is the real deal. Milroe, Heisman.
I'm gonna start saying that stuff after like week 10. But I mean,
Okay.
so far, sure. But I feel like all year we've been giving someone. We gave Cam Ward his flowers last week, and then he almost loses and throws has 3 turnovers.
That is true.
I mean, I guess right now, sure, but A lot of football to be played.
Right. Not much to talk about the next game, Ohio State, Michigan State. Did Excuse me.
I have anything to say. I expect Michigan State to play a little better, but Ohio State, I mean, they need to play people, man. I think coming up, pretty sure they play Oregon this week.
Nope. Nope. Next week. Yep.
So they got a couple good teams coming up. So we'll see if they're real or not.
Next 4 games should tell us.
But
Next 4 games should tell us. All right. Kentucky Ole Miss, the shocker of the day to start off at noon.
honestly, I think this is shocker of the year.
It might be.
It's either this or NIU, but I think this is where it's for Ole Miss.
Yeah. I mean, I said it last week. This was going to be Ole Miss's first test on the defensive end because I think that Kentucky's defense is good. They proved that to me whenever they played Georgia. But I definitely thought that Ole Miss's offense was going to be too much for them. Did Kentucky get lucky at the end of the game? Absolutely. But they were still right there on the goal line. So, I don't know. Crazy game. Way to get the win. Ole Miss got a lot. I don't know if they have a bye this week. I'm pretty sure they might. But
I don't think so.
No?
They play South Carolina.
Okay, then never mind.
Carolina.
So that's another good test for them. We can get to that on Thursday, but I was shocked.
Yeah. I guess give flowers to Kentucky. Their defense is the real deal. Holding Georgia 13's not easy enough itself, but then holding this offense to 17, 30 points to 2 top 10 teams combined, very impressive. I'm starting to think that loss to South Carolina 31-6 was a fluke. Which I guess if you look back at the game, they had some unfortunate turnovers, and then Kentucky couldn't possess the turnovers they created, et cetera, et cetera. One thing led to another, but yeah, shout out to Kentucky. And then Ole Miss is the biggest fraud of the year so far. I think playing competition matters. And when you play cupcakes like they did, and you get in the conference play, and this is your first taste of good comp, I think it shocked them. And we'll see how they respond to South Carolina, which is going to be a tough game in South Carolina. We already know that after seeing LSU go in there and have a tough time. And then you have to go on the road again to play in LSU. These next 2 weeks, man, it's Ole Miss can't right the ship. They're going to be in some deep trouble in SEC waters. They got to find a way to win this game. This is a must-win, and it's a trap game, to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah, so after seeing this performance by Ole Miss, sure, LSU doesn't have the defense that Kentucky does. Nowhere near. But we got a lot better offense than what Kentucky does, so it's gonna be a very good game. It might be game of the year. It might rival Alabama Georgia's. I'm calling it now, 2 weeks in advance. Ole Miss LSU, and if it's at night, Ole Miss LSU is gonna be a crazy game. I feel a little bit better about that game now after seeing this. But, we'll see. Shame on Kentucky, but good job. Not shame on Kentucky. Shame on Ole Miss. Good job, Kentucky.
All right, Oregon, UCLA. I'm not shocked by this.
No.
So, knew that Oregon was going to win.
Oregon's starting to put together some blowouts, handling teams they should. So, upcoming, when they play Ohio State, they're going to have to really bring their A game. And Ohio State is too, so it'll be an interesting matchup.
Yep. Illinois, Penn State. Illinois looked good in the first quarter.
Yep.
And then after that, could not score, could not move the ball. Penn State did what they did, ended up coming out on top. Made me look like a fool. Tried to give Illinois their flowers, threw it right back in my face. So
I will say, I said they'd cover, They did. Um, and they had a chance in the fourth quarter, too, to tie it and just sloppy offensive play. I mean, shout out Penn State's defense. They look good. Penn State's going to need a lot. I know Illinois has a good defense, but Penn State's offense is going to need to do a lot better against teams with a lot better offenses than Illinois
Yep.
if they want to actually make noise in the Big Ten. But hard fought game, classic Big Ten kind of feel atmosphere to it. Illinois should not hang their heads too low. They still got a great chance in the Big Ten, and we'll see how the Big Ten plays out. I think we're going to be in for some fireworks these next few weeks.
Another shocker.
Very
Arizona beating Utah.
Yeah. I thought Arizona didn't have a good defense. I don't know where this came from. And let's see if Homeboy had a good game. That receiver we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. McMillan.
50 yards for
That's
six
50 yards.
six receptions.
I mean,
Not terrible. Not I
Utah
would say
defense played
good.
solid enough. It looked like.
Offense just
Run
wasn't
defense was
going.
a little suspect. But yeah, this offense, man, 20 for 40, 280, 2 picks, 18.4 QBR. If they had Cam Rising, I think they win this game. But that's
Another shocker.
yeah. I mean, Arizona might not be dead in the water just yet. Big 12's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Really wide open.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Michigan. Minnesota almost squeaked out with a win there.
Yeah.
Coming back strong in the fourth quarter, just came up short.
Yeah. Michigan, man, they got to figure something out. I know they keep making these games close, but I don't know. I don't know. Michigan's a hard team to really dissect. It's just poor quarterback play, really. Also, we want to talk about this.
What?
Donovan Edwards is supposed to be RB1, but he ain't
Yeah.
playing like it. Let's look at this box score. This is the second week in a row this dude outrushes Donovan Edwards. And he got 24 carries to Donovan Edwards 9. So much for staying 1 year to prove you're the guy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need more out of Donovan if he wants to play in the league, to be honest. USC, Wisconsin, it was close for a while, and USC pulled it out in the second half.
Yep. Louisville, Notre Dame. Notre Dame put a game at home, away.
Yeah.
Started out strong, but almost, I mean, I know that Louisville had 10 points at the end, but still, like, they outscored them in the fourth. So if they continue to do that against, like, USC, and I think that's really about it, that might hurt them.
Nah, I think if they play like this against USC, they beat USC. I think Notre Dame put together their best game probably against like a good comp. They play a lot better than they did against A&M. Louisville's a solid team. Riley Leonard threw 2 touchdown passes, so he's getting better, I guess.
You see the unis they were wearing?
Hmm?
You see the unis they were wearing?
The green?
Green with the white pants?
Yeah. You liked it?
That's probably the cleanest uniform that they've had.
Nah, I think Notre Dame needs to get some gold unis to go with their gold helmet. That'd be clean.
That's too much gold.
Man, you can't have too much gold. But
I think so.
I ain't saying so.
Staying for Clemson. Clemson's found their way. I mean, they're rolling right now. I think they're a better team than what they started off with. But I mean, for me, it's between them and Miami for the ACC.
Yeah, probably.
Iowa State, Houston.
Lines up. Iowa State got a good D. Pause.
Oklahoma State, K-State. K-State can play at home, man, but whenever they get on that road, it's like they don't know how to play football.
Yeah. Oklahoma State's falling on their face.
Yep. Had a little stumble, and now they're just barreling down. 0-2 in Big 12. Not looking too good. I think they are out of the top 25 now. So
Yep.
we'll see if they can squeak back in. Oklahoma, Auburn. Barn burner. Auburn, I thought, was going to go out and win it. Oklahoma came back and ended up winning the game. That one was a close one. I was definitely expecting, after looking at the score, I was like, man, Auburn is going to pull off the upset. Nope. Oklahoma came back and won the game. One player got taken out by a cheerleader. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But it happened. But, yeah, I don't know. Auburn to me, it's weird because they'll play like this against Oklahoma, but then they'll play against other teams and be like, what are we doing? Like, you don't know how to play football.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. BYU Baylor. Pretty close game, but
No.
at the end.
Yeah.
But BYU is doing. I mean, they're rolling right now. I mean, they got what? No, they don't have any losses. So they've.
Yeah. There's gonna be them. I mean, the game we haven't seen yet, talked about yet, Colorado. They looked really good.
They did.
Big 12's wide open.
Yep.
The Razorbacks are next, man. They couldn't pull it out.
That's. I know. And I was really hoping for it, but they couldn't do it. Came up with a field goal in the fourth quarter. A&M got a touchdown. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Aggies pulling out a tough one, but Arkansas, man, they're gonna be a tough out for all these teams. I know we said it multiple times, but you can't sleep on them.
Mm-mm.
They're probably gonna be your underdog pick rest of the year.
Hey, I might not because I've tried to give them flowers, but they won't take them.
Mm-hmm.
Boise State, Washington State. Your underdog pick.
It looked good in the beginning, but man, this Ashton Jeanty boy, 259.
Yeah.
He's nice.
4 tuds.
He's nice. He won the
Yeah,
game by himself.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, they kept it close in the beginning, but then Boise State ended up running away from it and running away with it. And yeah, Ashton Jeanty, him, Travis Hunter, Jalen Milroe, top 3 for Heisman, I guess.
Yep. I agree.
They're probably
We
going
got-
to need a quarterback though.
Yeah.
So,
We got 2 games that are not on here that we picked, and that was Colorado UCF and TCU Kansas.
yeah, they both look bad.
Yep. Oh,
I mean, Colorado's was unexpected. They played a complete football game.
they did. They looked good on all phases of the game. Like you said, I was shocked. I turned the game on and I saw that they were up by like 2 touchdowns, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, what in the world's going on?
Yeah.
I think the first drive or first couple drives, it was like kind of back and forth, and I was like, okay, this is what I was kind of thinking. And then as the game kept going on and on, it was like Colorado just started pulling away. If they continue to play like this for the rest of the year, they are going to be all right. But consistency is key there, so we'll see how they come next week.
Yeah.
Or no, they have a bye week this week, so they'll be playing.
They got a rough couple games coming up. K-State and and someone else. So we'll see how they play deeper in the Big 12 comp, but they're still in it. So, and Kansas, them boys suck.
You had TCU this game.
I know. I'm just saying, Kansas sucks.
Yep.
They were supposed to be good this year, or competitive at least. And I mean, they were competitive last week when I picked them as underdogs. So
I didn't peep the score underneath the Colorado UCF game, but 44-41. Ain't no defense played in that game.
yeah, I mean, you see this little thing. It says Cincinnati missed game time field goals.
426 for
All
4
right, we're gonna go through our
touchdowns.
underdog picks. See how we did.
Wow. But let me tally up these. We'll see who we get.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna just ramble. This is also one of my almost underdog picks. Washington Rutgers. Um, I'm glad I didn't. Rutgers ended up winning, but it was a close game. Washington's gonna be a tough out in the Big Ten. Um, Shout out Rutgers. Rutgers undefeated, so can't be slept on. What are the games? Let's go back to top 25. Okay, FBS. Okay. Where are these other games at? Indiana, that's Aiden's team. Won by 2 touchdowns against Maryland. They're looking good. Nebraska spanked on Purdue. I was thinking about picking Buffalo. Not gonna lie. Glad I didn't because UConn spanked them. Boston College only beating Western Kentucky by 1. Would have been an interesting underdog pick right here. I want to see what the line is. 7.5. Wow. Man, those that bet Western Kentucky, good job. I expected more out of BC, for being honest. NIU, NC State. I was also thinking about this game, and I'm glad I didn't pick it. NC State can handle business at home. Navy and Army are undefeated. Shout out to them. South Florida.
That game is going to be nuts.
Yeah, it is. That's going to be the best Army-Navy game in a while.
Yeah.
So I just want to put out there, James Madison, probably going to be the best group of 5 team. They're just putting it on everybody. You get points. You get points. You get scored on. You get scored on. We all get scored on.
All right, I got the tallied up.
Yeah, what's the tally?
I did 12-9. You did 16-5. Great week by you, both NFL and college.
Hey man, I've been saying this since day one. Give me time. Really study these teams, lock in, watch these games, see how teams perform. I knew all this hard work was going to pay off, and I'm getting a good read on these teams. Gotta lock in. You're not locked in. I could tell. You're not locked in. Come on, chat.
Yeah.
Put it in the comment section. Lock in, Aiden. Come on, put it. And it's
I don't think we did that good in underdogs.
Relax. ADEN. Come on, put it in the chats. Lock in Aiden. We need to spam that. Aiden, he started to slack off, man. You can tell by these picks. He's doing this. We're doing this. Gotta keep that up. But go ahead, talk us through these underdogs.
All right. Just to recap, your underdogs was Florida State, Bama, Louisville, USF, and Washington State.
Wait, you only said 4 teams.
No. Florida State, Bama, Louisville, USF, Washington State.
Okay. Okay. 1-5. That's all right.
USF lost.
Oh yeah. You didn't see that score? They got spanked by Tulane. That defense did not show up.
Your ×2 pick.
Yep.
Not good.
Relax.
Well, I can say that because I didn't do good at all either. Okay.
I know.
I had Illinois,
86.
Illinois, Oklahoma State, Maryland, Arkansas, and NIU.
Also, this is very surprising.
Yeah.
Florida State, SMU, dumpster water. Norvell, I'm surprised he still has a job, for being honest.
Somebody said that they need to keep. He needs to keep his job, and Napier needs to keep his job, so that way at the end of the year there's who can coach the worst.
Florida team?
Florida and Florida State.
Basically, coach for your job. Winner keeps their job, loser doesn't. That'd be kind of interesting.
It would be.
But yeah, that was disappointing. Who was my other team? Where are they? This is also just putting that out there. That quarterback Sluka is not as good as he thought he was. um, where's the game at? Oh yeah, we already talked about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I expect more out of Louisville, but shout out Notre Dame. Yeah, that was it, right?
Yep.
And Bama pulled it out like I thought they would. Anything you want to say about your teams?
Nah, I mean, they let me down. Try to give Illinois flowers, threw them back in my face. Try to give NIU flowers. They said, we're going to throw those in a fire. Uh, Arkansas, I've been high on, and they just. Lack of experience is what I think it is, but we'll see. I am excited for this upcoming week. Now, I mean, I said it last week. Now we're starting to really get into like the meat of the schedules and starting to really see some good teams play each other. Um, so this will be a good week to kind of pick. Um, that'll be Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Video releasing on Friday or Thursday night if you're lucky.
Yeah, put on
But
those notifications.
but yeah, that game's gonna be nice. The Iowa Ohio State game. We'll see if Ohio State can.
Are you giving us a sneak preview on your underdog pick?
Nope, nope, not at all.
And what game are you looking forward to most this weekend?
Well, Florida's back on this weekend, so I gotta look forward to the Florida UCF game. Other than that, I did see the Tennessee Arkansas game. Um, that Ohio State Iowa game.
Mm-hmm.
Who plays Friday night?
Jacksonville State,
TCU,
Kansas State,
Houston.
Houston, TCU, Michigan, Oregon, Michigan State, Oregon. This is gonna
The
be a good.
Syracuse, yeah, the Syracuse game is gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Hmm.
I already know who
Well,
I'm gonna pick, but I ain't gonna spoil.
Thursday.
Yep. Let's check real quick, see how baseball's doing.
It's hockey.
This is hockey.
It was.
How was it? I clicked on baseball.
I saw
Padres
hockey.
are up 2-0. I told y'all, man. They just went up 3-0. I told y'all, man. Y'all gotta listen to me. Yeah. Put who y'all picking for baseball in the chat. See how they do tomorrow. Let us know your picks. How'd y'all do this weekend with football? Um, Anything else you want to say? Any apologies you want to give the people, Aiden,
What do I gotta apologize for?
for your awful picks, football and college?
It is what it is. I'll bounce
Hey,
back
go
next
ahead
week.
and update the people on the underdog scoreboard. What are the records looking like?
Um, let's see, what were you last week?
I was 1-5.
No, you weren't. We were 3-3.
Huh?
Oh, I meant the week before.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were 1-5 for this week. I was 0-6. That leaves us still with 0. Or I have 0 times 2 picks. You have 1. I think the total count is. It looked like you week 1, man.
Hey, you gotta start improving, Aiden. Man, you gotta lock in. Remember, put in the chat. Lock in, Aiden. Man, he needs to lock in. ADEN. Lock in, Aiden. Hashtag. Put it on the t-shirt. Lock in, Aiden.
And what, you were 1 this week, right?
Huh?
So you are at 9 wins total. And 18 losses. So you're
That's quick math. Hey, that's 1 out of 3 underdog picks. I'll take it.
and I'm at 11 wins.
Just going off math, it should be 16 losses.
I believe so.
Guys, put in the chat if you think Aiden did the math correctly.
17.
How does that make sense?
What do you mean?
If I went 9 and 18 and you're 11 for 18, that means you got 2 more picks than I did. Guys, if I'm not adding correctly, I knew it. We should just go based off. We should go week by week. Let us know the scores. We'll do this math together.
First week, you were
Nah,
Oh,
start from
and
week 1. You gotta start from week 1.
yeah, week 1. Week 1, you were 0-5. I was 3-2.
On 5, 3, 2.
Week 2, you were 3-7. No,
3 and 7. Whoa.
I
How did I
don't
get
know where
7?
that. Wait a second. 1, 2. Okay. Sorry, this was week 2. Because week 1, I went 3-2. You went 0-5.
That was week 1.
Week 1.
What about week 0?
We didn't do week 0.
Okay.
Week 2, you went 0-5. I went 3-2.
I went 0 for 5 2 straight weeks.
No, something's not right. Okay, I see what it is now. My apologies.
Yeah,
Week
I
1.
would say I got Duke Northwestern right.
Week 1. Week 1, you went 0-5.
Yeah.
I went 3-2.
Yeah.
Week 2, I went 3-2. You went 2-3.
Okay.
Week 3, this is whenever we started adding ×2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
You went 2-3.
That wouldn't make sense. Because when
You
that
went
extra win
you
or
went
loss?
2-4.
Yeah.
This was whenever we were still trying to divvy up
Mm-hmm.
all of that.
And what did you go?
I went 0-6.
All right.
week 4, you went 3 for 3, and I went week 3 for 3. And then last week you went 1 for 5, I went 0 for 6. Sorry, there's so many different numbers and
No, that's all right. We got
different
it.
places.
We got 8, 12, 15, 20. 2, 4, 7. So I went 8. I'm 8 and 20 right now. You are 2, 4, 10, 9, 10, 3, 6, 9. And you are 9 and 19.
Okay.
All right. Hey, chat. He's only up 1 on us. It looks like Aiden's following a pattern the last few weeks. 3 and 2, 0 and 6. 3 and 3, 0 and 6. I have a feeling he's gonna go 3 for 3. So chat, I'm gonna need to go 4 and 2 to tie up Aiden. Big week for me. Fun fact though, you boys already been locked in. Already locked in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 favorite games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 what I think Aiden's gonna pick.
Put in the chat what you think Tavius thinks that I'm going to pick.
And put in the chat what you think I'm gonna pick. Let's see if y'all can follow this trend. There's a trend, right? There's a trend. I want y'all to follow it. See if y'all can pick up on the trend. Anything else you gotta say to the people?
Nope. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far in the video, Tavius will give you a nice little comment on your comment. So let us know what you guys want to see. Thanks for watching. Again, if there's something else that you guys want us to do or kind of talk about us, let us know. But till then, see you next time. I'm Aiden.
See you next time. See you on Thursday. I'm Tavius.
Have a good one.
Peace.